was hard.
The worst video we have ever made. Not that the other two were very good, but this is the worst.
Which
Oh my god, wait. We didn't start with our actual intro. But this one isn't about me, so
I was gonna say, because you started this one, and I was gonna be like, you know how we both hate Allie? So do customers. But you,
That's so mean!
You actually started talking about things, so I just kept quiet.
Okay, so where have you worked?
I worked
customer
at
service.
Sears.
I was talking over you. Say it again.
It's okay. I worked at Sears
As a
cashier in ready-to-wear, which is what they called the women's department. 'Cause it couldn't just be women's; it was ready-to-wear.
because you're ready to wear it right now.
Mhm.
It's in season. It's in trend. Sears. Bankrupt.
Wow, you should have made that their slogan.
I'd say hire me, but
they don't
it wouldn't go well. I have worked at a retirement home in the dining facilities and then in like 2 actual restaurants as a waitress in all 3 places. A server. That's like a thing now. You're not a waitress, you're a server. But customers suck, basically. We thank them for literally nothing because they're just terrible human beings. And I know that customers are the general public, but like,
They're the worst kind.
they suck.
The worst
Most
kind of
of them.
person. Okay. We had a meeting on Sunday where they said, don't let anyone check out at your register if they're buying something that's not from your department. Because there are special sales and combinations and things you need to do in the register that you won't know. So they're like, don't let them buy like tools, appliances, jewelry in clothing. Okay? So Monday, the next day, this man comes over to me with a weed whacker and is like, can I check this out here? And I was like, no. I was like, I'm so sorry, like there's a register like over in tools, but you know, this is just clothing. I'm not allowed to check out anything other than clothing. And he's like, well, there's a long line in tools. And I was like,
All the dads are out.
yeah,
All the dads are out buying tools
at Sears. And I was like, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really not allowed to do that here. And so he just threw the weed whacker and stormed out telling me it was bullshit and this is why my store is closing. That's what they all told me. This is why your store is closing.
As if you're the CEO and you're like, I'm so sad that Sears is shutting its doors.
Like, first of all, it's not my store.
No.
I have no true stake in it. And they're paying me minimum wage. And second, I'm to blame for the bankruptcy of Sears?
Yes, because you didn't stand his weed whacker. Also, the fact that, like, he asked you. Like, he prefaced it by being like, hey, can I do this here? And you were like, oh, no. And then he got mad.
Yeah.
Like,
it wasn't
he was
like,
asking.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was an obvious thing that should be allowed to happen. Like, he picked that weed whacker up and crossed every inch of Sears to get to me.
He probably could have waited in the line of tools in that time.
Yeah, by the time he came over, found me, asked me, said no, confirmed, threw weed whacker, and stomped out. He could have just purchased the weed whacker elsewhere. Is that the end of that story?
I don't know what it said.
Huh?
The battery's dying.
Oh, I don't know where you're looking.
Did you not see that thing that just came up on the screen?
No.
Oh, the battery's dead.
Oh.
But the other battery's also dead. So,
Are we gonna film this video in different outfits?
we'll be back! No, we're gonna finish it in a little bit. Man.
I can't get comfortable. Hold on. How was I?
Me in most social situations.
Me in every aspect of my entire
I
life.
can't get comfortable. Off of a segue, insert segue here. Men.
Period. Men.
Just men.
Men.
Thank you for absolutely nothing. Just generally throwing that out there. I really forgot about this, but I have never been so angry leaving work before. Like, I was just so heated. It was a table, again, I work for my dad, so like he knows all these customers that come in and they're all like, chit, nah. And I'm like, yeah, Me, I know him too. I see him every day. You're literally not special. But they all think they are. And so they had made a reservation, and he wasn't going to be working that night, but he had told me that, like, I didn't know who they were, but he was like, oh, these people are coming in. Like, maybe you'll wait on them. And I did end up waiting on them by, like, happenstance. Like, it just happened to be my turn, and they were in my section. I waited on them. And it was 2 couples. So the one man, I don't remember his name. So this jerk was there with his wife, and they're, like, friends. They're boomers, to be clear. And it came up that I was my dad's daughter because he brought Chip up asking if he was there, and I was like, no, whatever, but, like, I can tell him you said hi or whatever, like, I live with him. And so it came up that way, and then he was, like, oddly invested in me as a human being, which is annoying. And so I am wearing long sleeves. I have multiple tattoos. My work uniform, actually, I don't wear my work uniform, I wear a t-shirt. Which is outside of the uniform. They see me while I'm wearing the uniform. It's short sleeves. You can see the tattoos I have on my arm. If my hair is in a bun, you can see the one on the back of my neck. I have a lavender tattoo. Oh, I have a cactus tattoo. I said that very southern.
Cactus.
I have a cactus tattoo. I have a baby's breath tattoo. I have a sun tattoo. I also have a tattoo on my ribs.
We're not showing you that one.
But we're getting there. And so this man, like, he was very invested in the fact that I had tattoos. He was very concerned that I would, like, never get a job or, like, get married.
You were actively at work.
Yes. Like, he was just very, like, he would ask me really annoying questions generally. And he was getting very, like, he wasn't drunk, like, he didn't drink that much, but he was just a pervy old man. And so he would be like, but what if, like if I was gonna marry you, like, and we had children together, how would you explain your tattoos to them? And I was just like, what? And his wife and the other couple just, like, were like, oh, you're so, like, funny. And then they would, like, look at me for an answer, and I would be like, I don't know. Like, what am I supposed to say to that?
Your children wouldn't need an explanation because they wouldn't know anything else. You are their mother, and you just have these tattoos. Like, they're not gonna think anything
They might, like, question it and be like, ooh.
But no, because from the minute they were born, they've existed. Like, if you got a tattoo when they were, like, 8, they'd be like, whoa. But, like, you already have them. They're never gonna know anything else.
That's true. I think, like, I mean, because obviously they grew up and they'd be like, why doesn't my arm have that on it, but your arm has that on it? Would you just be like, it's a tattoo, kid. I don't know. Grow up and watch Ink Master. Not my problem. Figure it out. Like, you'll get it. But, like, and it was very much in, like, a condescending way of, like, you'll never get married, and, like, you shouldn't have kids, and, like, no one's gonna hire you because you have, like, tattoos, and, like, oh, you were so pretty, but now you have tattoos. And it's like, fuck off.
And you've got small ones.
I do. I don't.
You're not even like that man on TV. The man on TV had just feathers.
Maybe I will. Even if I did.
But, like,
it doesn't matter. And you shouldn't be being like, oh, when we get married and have children.
When we get married.
This 60-year-old man sitting here with my wife who's friends with your father. Like, what if we get married and have children? That's a fucking weird thing to ask while I'm pouring water into a cup in front of you. And he just asked, like, weird questions about that all night. He, like, asked if I had a boyfriend, like weird things that are just, like, I'm
none
uncomfortable,
of your business.
But I also have to be nice to you. 1, because you're friends with my dad. 2, because you're paying me. Like, I don't make an hourly wage, so, like, your money is going into my, like, pay off my loans. Like, I can't just be like, please stop asking that. Like, I have to be nice to you. And it was just very uncomfortable. It came up that I a tattoo on my ribs. I don't remember how that came up. I think his wife asked me how many I had, and I think I said 5, and they were like, but we only see 4. And I was like, it's on my ribs. And he asked me if I would lift up my shirt so that he could see the tattoo on my ribs, and I laughed because, again, why would you be serious about that? But he was, and I just kind of awkwardly laughed and walked away and was like, no. And then I was like, I don't even know what I said. I was just like, no. And he was like, like, why? I didn't, it was just so, I was angered because I was like, this is so uncomfortable. And
it's inappropriate.
Yeah, but I can't, like, I couldn't do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? And that's also very much like the culture when you work in a restaurant. It's very mildly like
sexual harassment.
Yeah. But it's just like, I don't know. It was very uncomfortable. I was very angered. I went home and yelled to my mom about it. And she was like, I know that man and I hate him now. Why would he do that to you? Meanwhile, my dad was just like, funny.
Is this for a Logo Mag thing?
Of course this is for a Logo Mag thing.
Check out the rest of this
Yes.
Logo Mag. What do you call these sections?
What do you mean, section?
I don't know what to call them. Installations, is that the word?
Issue. Installation is what I did in Murphy, but you missed it. We had to take it down. But it'll be back up next semester in some form or another.
So check out the rest of this issue. Thanks for nothing.
Yes, thanks for nothing.
Thanks for watching. That's not nothing.
Anyway, logo, print mag, coming to somewhere near you, I'm very certain.
Soon.
Very soon. In like a few weeks. I don't know what day exactly. But that's going to be a very cool thing. Also, what else? Go, if you're still watching this, end it and go listen to Alora and I's Styles cast. All about Harry Styles, and who doesn't love Harry Styles? You know, if Harry Styles, I am so certain that he is the best customer you could ever ask for in any situation. So, listen to it and take notes.
I'm just trying to imagine Harry Styles at a Sears, and it's just not.
He wouldn't be in a Sears.
I know, I can't picture him in a retail situation.
In a restaurant situation, likely. So everyone be more like Harry Styles.
And be less like everyone we just talked about. Goodbye!
See ya!